Hey, what's up? Jeff Lerner, back with more content about how life is meant to be awesome and tactics and strategies on how to have a more awesome life. Today we are talking about creating an effective mission statement. Obviously, a lot of people think mission statements in terms of business, but I very much believe that we should have not only a personal mission statement, as well as a business mission statement if we own a business, or even a professional mission statement if we work a job, work for someone else. I still think it's important. But even across multiple aspects of our life, having different mission statements, I think mission statements are pretty key, because you can't follow a standard that you haven't set. And a mission statement is basically your standard for what it is that you're doing in that part of your life. And if you don't set the standard, you can't follow the standard. So let's talk about creating an effective mission statement. All right, so to start the conversation about effective mission statements, I'll share with you my mission statements from across some different aspects of my life. Like I said, I have a mission statement in different areas of my life. These tend to be pretty static. For example, my personal mission statement, which is demonstrating daily that we humans are created to pursue excellence and act with courage. I haven't changed that in several years. I think I probably wrote that, updated it 3 or 4 years ago. I think, and even my update was like tweaking a couple words. Demonstrating daily that we are created to pursue excellence and act with courage. I remember thinking about it. I want my life to be a demonstration. That means that people are watching. I do care what people think. I do care what people see. I do care about the impact and hopefully the inspirational, impact that I have on other people, because I don't just want to do it. I want to demonstrate it, and I want to demonstrate it daily. That was one of the modifications I made when I did update it 3 or 4 years ago. Was I added that word daily, demonstrating daily. I want to hold myself to that standard of consistency. That for me to be adhering to my mission, I have to be executing it every single day, no days off from demonstrating that we are created to pursue excellence, not to be excellent. Well, I do think we're created to be excellent, but I think we become excellent through constant pursuit of excellence. We don't want to create, a standard that we can use to beat ourselves up with, like, oh, I wasn't excellent today. Yeah, but did I pursue excellence today? Demonstrating daily that we are created. First of all, we are created. I use that word intentionally. I don't think we take all the credit. I didn't say demonstrating daily that we evolved, and I'm not saying we didn't evolve. Like, I'm not getting into that debate. I'm just saying I didn't say demonstrating daily that we manifested. I intentionally gave credit that, to a createdness in our being, right? That we were created for a purpose. If we weren't created, how do we have a purpose? How can there be teleology or an innate sense of a purpose to something that wasn't actually created? Therefore, that word has to be part of my mission, demonstrating daily that we are created to pursue excellence and act with courage. Which again, I very specific words, are actions and courage. I love that word courage. Courant, French, heart, right? You can't be courageous unless you also experience the sensation of fear. So it's actually a mission that allows me to feel afraid a lot of the time, which I think, frankly, if you are demonstrating and that we're created to pursue excellence and act with courage, you probably should be afraid a lot of the time, or else you're not actually testing and challenging yourself. So again, the whole mission statement for me was very deliberately, painstakingly created, and again, it took me multiple revisions over several years to get it where I'm like, yes, this really is the mission for my life. Now, how much more excellent am I going to be? How much more courageous am I going to be? How much more consistent am I going to be? How much more humble am I going to be? Because I'm reminding myself every day that I was created for this. I didn't choose it. I didn't make it up myself. So again, mission is so powerful. My business, Entra, which is, frankly, why I shoot all these videos, helping others have a more awesome life. That's pretty straightforward, right? Helping others have a more awesome life. If I'm doing something and it's in any way helpful to others have a more awesome life, it's consistent with the mission, and it might even be a fit for that business, right? But if it's not consistent with that mission, I know it has no place in that business. I have a company that is my legacy company. That's the sole purpose of the company is converting wealth into legacy. That's literally the mission statement of my company. That's what it does. That's its mission statement. Is it takes whatever wealth, whatever income, whatever prosperity I'm able to create, and says, okay, the mission of this entity is to take Jeff's overflow and output and convert it into a lasting generational legacy, converting wealth into legacy, and so on. Every one of my businesses, even in my personal life, I have very specific mission statements. Now, all of my mission statements and all the mission statements that I work with my clients to help create and that I teach people on how to create follow basically 3 simple rules. And these are the 3, I should have put, maybe we'll even title the video, the 3 simple rules for creating an effective mission statement. It's basically this. First of all, there's a principle I learned about when I was in college. I was actually a creative writing major for a period of time in college, and I called one of my friends who had moved out to LA and was kind of making a name for himself in the entertainment business. He was actually going to USC film school at the time. And I was talking to him, and he told me about something called the Rule of 16. I've been forever impacted by this concept of the Rule of 16. The Rule of 16 basically says, if you're out in Hollywood and you write a screenplay, like you've got, or even if you've just got a storyline or an idea or something that you just know is going to be a hit, but you got to get your big break, right? You got to line up a coincidental run-in with a big producer, or maybe try to bump into, Brad Pitt in an elevator or something, and you're going to have 16 seconds to communicate your idea and hope that it lands, hope that it's received, and that it grows from there into the opportunity of a lifetime to, become the person that you're capable of and create this, your great work, right? Like a lot of pressure in that moment, right? So the Rule of 16 is what they teach young, aspiring screenwriters and creatives in Hollywood. They say, listen, if you ever find yourself in that situation, you need to have your pitch boiled down into something in 16 words or less, is so simple that a 16-year-old or younger could understand it, and that the entire conversation around it and the whole processing of it can happen in 16 seconds. 16 words, 16 seconds, 16-year-old level of comprehension or less. Picture these Hollywood guys walking around waiting for their moment, and in their mind they're like, what are my 16 words? What are my 16 words? That's, to me, if your life is your creative project, your life is your screenplay, your 16 words is your mission statement. Your mission statement should adhere to the Rule of 16. Demonstrating, and frankly, my personal mission statement is the most complex one because it's only my personal one. I don't actually have to sell it or enroll that many other people in it. It's just for myself. But even still, demonstrating daily that we are created to pursue excellence and act with courage. Pretty straightforward. It's less than 16 words. A 16-year-old could definitely get it. If I was on an elevator ride for 16 seconds and, Harrison Ford said, nice to meet you, Jeff. What's your mission statement? I would say, demonstrating daily that we are created to pursue excellence and act with courage. Thanks for asking, Mr. Ford. What do you think? And I'd have 14 more seconds to talk about it, right? It's that simplicity, that impact, that punchiness. So follow the Rule of 16 with any mission statement that you think of. Think of like TED Talks, right? TED, ideas worth spreading. Pretty powerful, right? 3 words. But you get the idea, the efficiency of words that tries to capture everything there is. And that's the next aspect, or the next simple trick for creating a compelling mission statement, is that it needs to be general enough to encompass every single thing that you or the business does. So think about it. If Walmart's mission statement is always low prices, that means whether you're at the back buying a canoe, or you're over there buying a flat screen TV, or you're up front buying a pack of gum, they've got to be competing on price. Otherwise, it's not a valid mission statement. It means it has to touch every single thing in their organization, right? For me, demonstrating daily that we are created to pursue excellence and act with courage, man, how heavy is that I have to make sure that every single thing in my life is generally encompassed in that statement. Personally, I've learned to love it. I love the pressure. I love the standard. But the mission statement has to be broad enough to encompass everything, right? It can't just apply to one piece of the organization or the life that it describes. And then finally, and this is kind of a technical one, but I have found through helping probably over 100 people, gone through an exercise, certainly more than that if I count groups at masterminds and group seminars, helping people craft personal and professional mission statements. One of the things that I found is extremely useful is to start every mission statement with the technical grammatical term is a gerund, G-E-R-U-N-D, or a participle. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is boring, this is grammar. But basically, a gerund or a participle is a verb used as either a noun or an adjective. In most cases, it's the ing form of a verb. So run, to run, is the infinitive. Running is the gerund or the participle, right? Running is good for you. That would be a gerund. That's running, which is a verb used as a noun. Running water can sweep you away. That would be a participle. That's running, the verb run used as an adjective to describe water. But it's the ing form of the verb. Start your mission statement with the gerund or participle of the verb. So think about mine. Demonstrating daily that we are created to pursue excellence and act with courage. Converting wealth into legacy for the 220 companies. My real estate investment company, it's growing predictable cash flow through residential real estate. That's the mission statement of my real estate investment company. Growing predictable cash flow through residential real estate. So by starting your mission statement with the noun or adjective form, and I guess technically it would always be the noun for the most part, the noun form of a verb, packs your mission statement with action because you're taking the principal noun, the subject of the sentence itself, and you're packing it with action because it's actually a verb that's the noun, right? Growing predictable cash flow, demonstrating daily, helping others have a more awesome life. That was Antra, right? You see how impactful that makes the mission statement right out of the gate because I started it with that gerund, that noun form of a verb. So again, kind of a small little technical thing, but I've seen it dramatically accelerate the process for people when they're sitting there wrestling with words, trying to come up with their mission statement. I say, listen, use a verb as a noun as the very first word. And they go, oh yeah, it's super liberating. So, hey, hope that helps. Remember, the rule of 16, it has to be broad and general enough to encompass everything that it's trying to describe, and start it with that noun form of a verb, or what we call a gerund in English class. All right? Hope that helps you create your awesome mission statement. Let me know. Actually, this would be a great video for you to comment below your mission statement. Let me know your mission statement and if you think these rules are helpful or effective, and certainly if you put them to play or put them into practice, I want to hear your mission statement. I'll even give you some feedback. And if you like this kind of thing, if you're into having an awesome life and you want tips and tactics and strategies for doing so, subscribe to my channel and make sure you click the little bell to get notified when I put out new videos so that I can keep bringing you the awesomeness. Appreciate your time. Catch you on the next one.